Hi there, I'm Steve Holden. In my last video, I showed you how to install Python using Continuum Analytics and a Conda distribution, which is great because it gets you a whole bunch of installed packages in a big jumbo installation. So if you need a package, there's a good probability that it's going to be on hand. Continuum Analytics based their Anaconda server on a technology called Conda, which has its own site in the pydata.org domain. So this is the Conda homepage, and Conda is a complete Python distribution itself, but it has a new version, or rather a smaller version, called Conda, Miniconda, that just includes Conda and its dependencies. So once again, I'm going to show you the Python 3.4 version, and in this particular case, I'm going to be downloading the installer from the command line as well. So I'll just copy that link address, and then I'll use the wget command and paste the URL in, and away we go. As you can see, it's a 26 megabyte download. So the installer isn't anywhere near as heavyweight as the installer for Anaconda was, and on my particular system it comes down fairly quickly. Once you've actually downloaded the installer, simply run it, and remember that these installers have to be run with the bash shell, even if you don't habitually use that bash shell. So I run that. It asks me to hit enter and then space through the agreement, which clearly I was reading very assiduously. So I approve of the license terms, and then I've just asked for the default installation in the Miniconda 3 subdirectory of my home directory. And there's a certain amount of installation work to do to install packages that are required. But nevertheless, as you can see, it installs much more quickly than Anaconda does. It now asks me again, do I wish to update my bash profile file in order to make sure that I get this Miniconda installation every time I log in? I'm going to answer no, so that I can switch it on and off. And again, the installer gives us a command that we can use to make sure that we do actually see this Python. So opening up another terminal window, I can paste in the command. Oh, there's an extra slash there. I can paste in the command to add the Miniconda path to my regular path. So now when I try to run Python, you can see that I'm going to get the Python from the Miniconda distribution. Conda is also capable of creating virtual environments, though. And the nice thing about the Conda create command is that when you create a virtual environment, you have to give it a name. So I'm going to call it Virtual Environment 1. Not terribly inspiring, I know, but yeah, give it a name, and then you follow it with a list of the packages that you want in the environment. So I'm going to specify that I want the IPython notebook and I want NumPy, and it will work out what dependencies those packages have, and it will then proceed to install all the dependencies as well. So as you can see, that happened very quickly. In fact, the reason it happened quickly is because I've downloaded those particular packages before, and Miniconda actually caches those packages, otherwise you'd have seen them download. So if I now say source activate virtual environment 1, you can see that it tells me it's modifying my path, and now when I run Python, it's going to run the Python from this virtual environment. So if I do run Python, you should see that I can import NumPy, which is now a part of the environment. So we've got an environment with NumPy and the IPython notebook in it, along with all their dependencies. You can list the Conda environments with the Conda env command, and that shows you that the currently active environment is venv1, but we also have our root environment. Similarly, you can, if you want to, get a list of the packages in the Conda environment with the Conda env export command. So that's pretty much like a pip requirements file, and can in fact be used in much the same way. You can also, if you want to, use the -n. So if I say Conda env, export and then -n root, we can report the requirements of the root environment. If you want to stop using virtual environment, then you can just say source deactivate, and you see that your environment Python binary is no longer on the path. So that's a very quick look at how you can use Miniconda to create virtual environments where the installation is tailored to your exact requirements.